Welcome to the Power of Healing Your Energy show. This show is all about your unconditional love, your light, and the love that you have for yourself and others, and your soul's purpose, your intuition. And did you know depression and anxiety are a side effect of not living your life intuitively, the lost connection with self and others, and your higher self, ultimately, whoever that happens to be. Your soul's purpose is here. Hello, empowered empaths. I'm Christine Gold with 24 Karat Healing. I am a spiritual medium, intuitive energy coach, and old soul healer. And each week we have topics, we have guests. And this week is another beautiful topic. This is season 2, episode 3. It's not episode 3. It's episode 5. Wow, time has flown by. Goodness. And can you tell that there's this full moon? It's, we're on the cusp of the full moon. It starts tomorrow, and it does like to mess with communications and energies. And, the energy is pretty palpable because we do have 2 full moons for October. One is tomorrow, the 1st, and then the end of the month, October 31st, right on Halloween. Gosh. Yeah, that's going to be exciting. That's for sure. So welcome, come on in, say hello. And if I was following, my notes, it says right there on the screen, episode 5. This is all about the power of prayer. Prayer has been very important in my life. I'd have to say recently, but there's been certain points in my life as well where it has come into play, where it has shown me so many things about myself. And more so, looking at, the connection to self. It's a communion, I see, with the collective, with God, and with your soul. And we all receive divine guidance, inspiration, timing, synchronicity, and peace. So we're just asking to, start a conversation with yourself, expand it out to whoever, whatever resonates, that you resonate with. And peaceful presence is who you are. Everything that is happening for you and not to you. I understand we are, what are we, 6 months into COVID, and with everything that's going on, you're hearing things, you're hearing this, you're hearing that. And we've got to get out of fear, because fear, first of all, is false evidence appearing real, and it drives us. It drives us to do things we wouldn't normally do. It keeps us stuck. It keeps us basically chasing our tail. It keeps us out of alignment with love and who we truly are at a soul level. At a soul level. And prayer isn't, oh, God, give me that job, give me that car, give me that new relationship. That's not what it's about. It's about really, going back to who you are at a soul level. And, working in communion, in tandem, in relationship with spirit and with ourselves. Many times, for most of our lives, we have been letting our ego and other people, other places, other things, teachers, parents, friends, old relationships. The ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, right? We've been placing it on things that, it's not true. It's not necessary. It's not real. It's, like I said, false evidence appearing real, right? It is. So I'm trying to do 2 things at once, not working very well. So just, trying to bring this all, to pass. Just going to put everything down And once you start that conversation with yourself, it's powerful. You're communing with spirit, you're communing with God, you're communing with your guides, your angels, and your loved ones. Now, when we were children, that was natural, right? There was no veil between the physical world and the spiritual realm. And many times, as a kid, or maybe your grandkids or your children right now, wherever you're watching from, please say hello, by the way. And if you're on the replay, please let us know and comment, share this out as well, guys. But they would say things, oh, grandma was here, or I seen an angel today, and God was talking to me. And those animals were talking to me, and the trees, and or they might even have a past life that comes up, right? And we all dismiss it. Oh, that's your imaginary friend. And I'm sure we all had one, right? Well, that was a prayer and communion with spirit, right? Mind blown. So prayer, it's like a meditation. More so, you're really, please meditate. Please find ways to find quiet and peace of mind for at least 5 minutes a day. Got to have 5 minutes a day. So days that we're feeling connected to God is through prayer, means living a life with a greater sense of internal peace and inspiration, and external sense of health and abundance. So we achieve a more fulfilling life when we nurture our connection to God, to spirit, in the present moment, one day at a time. One day at a time, one prayer at a time. And Yogananda said, as you walk on the path of life, you must come to the realization that God is the only object, the only goal that will satisfy you. There is nothing outside of you that you need. It's already here. And the way to get there is to practice prayer. And like I said, we all receive divine guidance, inspiration, timing, synchronicities, and peace. In peace. And, yet again, we take the time to develop our spiritual muscles when we do this. And our spiritual connection must be maintained as well. So when we stray from our spiritual path, which many of us have done for a very long time, it may take us only seconds to recover, but it could also take days or years, right? So communion with God through prayer allows us to bounce back. I see that as resilience, sooner and with greater ease. So starting the day by connecting with spirit through simple prayer or meditation changes your morning, which changes the day, which changes our lives. It gives us greater peace, inspiration, purpose, and guidance as well. So that's very important. So those who live in communion with God will live with renewed strength. They will soar on wings. So that's beautiful. I love it. Every day I'm praying multiple times a day. I mean, I just went for a walk because I had to get away from electronics, as being highly sensitive. Our phones, our computers, the Wi-Fi that's in the house, any type of electronic can greatly affect you. So we have to find ways to disconnect from that. And disconnecting through nature. Nature is nurture as well. So while I'm walking, I am saying to myself, I am as God created me. I will to be the Christ on earth. Now, yes, I heard that from Michael Murdad's beautiful talk, Sunday service through the Unity of Sedona, Arizona, of course. And I thought that's a great mantra. That is something I can remember and repeat. So I've been doing it many, many, many times a day as well. I am working through A Course in Miracles. And I read the front a little bit, but more so I'm focused on the lessons in the back. And of course, it being September 30th and day 30 is all about God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. God is in my mind. God is, I am, we are. Another beautiful inspiration from Michael Murdad as well. So it's, the Course in Miracles talks about the holy instant, how we can connect deeply, and right away through prayer, through meditation, through sitting, being still, or even if we're cleaning or we're doing something that's very mindful, we're communing that way. So one can easily sit still for an hour with closed eyes and accomplish nothing. One can as easily give God only an instant, and in that instant, join with God completely. Amazing. That is amazing. So, the communion, the prayer involves mental concentration and inspirational visualization, giving thanks, having inspired actions afterwards, and then sharing with others, and always thinking, how may I serve? How may I serve? And giving thanks for unknown blessings already on their way. Already on their way. That's amazing. That's how I see it. So, and ending the day with God, and even throughout the day, that's why I went outside, because I knew I needed to get back into source, to self, to what I'm doing. And then ending the day with God. I'm very thankful. I thank him, for the day. I thank for, having another day and having a beautiful, restful sleep. And I send out, peace and love and light and blessings to all. And I also ask my guides, my angels, my loved ones, and God to come in and let me know, give me inspiration through my dreams, show me some insight through my dreams. Maybe there's some messages for me or for others, right? Yes. And prayer is to change our minds and hearts so that God's omnipresent good may fill our minds and hearts and manifest in our lives. That was Healing Letters with Myrtle Fillmore. So, I am a child of God, and therefore I do not inherit sickness. I walk with the armor of God. And there is, there's parts to recognizing, prayer. Always recognizing, what does God mean to you? That's how you build your prayer. So for me, God is wholeness, and that covers everything. You could even say God is I am, because that covers everything. And then you go to the next piece, I am, or you are, that we are not separate. We are oneness. We are the perfection and wholeness of God. And the truth is, I make an affirmation and the truth, and I anchor this into my awareness, that it's a co-creative step, that I'm establishing divine mind into manifestation. And then I let go and I let God. So I'm releasing a situation or prayer. So letting, people know that, or letting myself know that, my comfort is not where I sit. I sit in the truth and the growth and the birthing pains of what 2020 is trying to show us all, and what COVID is trying to show us. And I'm releasing this in confidence and faith with the co-creative power. And so it is. And that's as simple as prayer is. And we can also take it a step further if we're feeling something in our body. When they talk about body scanning or scanning the body, maybe you don't know how you feel, but you do if you take those moments to silently sit and tracking. You're finding deeper issues behind any issue, problem, illness, or crisis. So you can repeat to yourself, I recognize I am struggling with growth. That would be mine. I'm struggling with growth and expansion. And this issue might be, I'm feeling it's the unknown. Of course, the ego wants to know every outcome, right? So that the growth is based on the unknown, and take it a step further, maybe a fear of failure, right? Or making a mistake or feeling judged. So I accept that hidden behind this situation are some negative emotions, such as, just talked about it, judgment and failure. And I throw in some worthiness as well. And then I also accept there are other times in my life where I have felt this way, such as, oh goodness, going back to school, like going back to college, leaving an abusive relationship, being on camera, right? Who am I? But I feel so strongly about, helping others that it's my soul's purpose. So I get myself out of the way, and therefore there I am. So once I accept this, there maybe have tracked down something that was never healed to completion. Here we go. So it might be causing this emotional crisis or a rift or just a real discomfort. So we've uncovered this, and now we're going to surrender and refill with images. So giving thanks. So and it might be reflected in a person as well. And maybe you're feeling a lot of anger. I, would maybe throw some pillows, kicking, screaming, anything that is safe to do. And maybe go for a big run or dancing or just throwing and flailing, like 2 or 3-year-olds do. They have their temper tantrums. Why can't we? You got to get it out, right? So and then maybe there's some tears as well. You got to, tearing or crying is very emotional release, right? It's very cleansing. So now we're just going to exit this, like say goodbye. We're not repeating this again. So I'm calling you, this might be a person, I'm calling myself out, Christine, my discomfort, into the room. And I can share my feelings about, my life and the relationship within. So maybe that relationship affected you. It has affected me. So you can name areas: health, nervous system, finances, relationships, parenting, etc. And maybe it's confused you, or maybe you were scared, or you were sad, or you were hurt or angry. And this relationship has affected your life, and it's time to let go. So like I said, you can visualize, you don't have to tell this person. And if it's for yourself, then of course, you can just let this fade away and just keep saying goodbye. Even at the risk of disappointment or disapproval, I have to let you go. And this is very interesting with boundaries as well. Empaths, we have a hard time, people pleasers, creating boundaries and sticking with them. So now you just choose to see that there is a spark of God's light. This light cannot die. And then maybe have an image. And you release, and then you release yourself from this. And then giving thanks through your breath. You can repeat it a few times as well. So, and then afterwards, imagine drawing light through the top of your head from the heavens. So we want to, now that we've emptied all this stuff and we've done some prayer, we want to bring in, peace, joy, abundance, wholeness, a new state of consciousness. And so it is. I'm looking for, I'm so grateful. I have gratitude, mercy, honor, truth, love, And so it is. And so it is. And you can spend 5 to 10 minutes visualizing and feeling your life as you'd like it to look. So just look at everything, like mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and ask yourself, I am indeed filled with love and self-worth. And what would my life look like and feel like? So respond by visualizing and feeling that answer. So, and take it a step further. If you feel, you need to move a little more, what does that look like? Is it yoga? Is it qigong? Is it just getting outside in nature as well? And then just give thanks, giving thanks, giving thanks, and seeing yourself stretching and expanding. And so it is. I mean, this is all part of the prayer. Next week, I have a special guest. It's going to be episode 6. Pretty exciting now that I know what episode I'm on. And I'm going to have a special guest. I'm not going to say who it is, so I'll just leave it at that. But I'm also open to you. Let me know what you'd like to see or hear on this podcast. Where are you struggling? Is there maybe someone that you follow that you really love that you'd like to have on my show? Feel free to send them my way. Or maybe it's yourself. You have something to say. You have a story about healing and how you found your soul's purpose and how you're a student of the universe like we all are. And we're here to co-create and share and raise love consciously, right? To the collective. All right. Oh, I also wanted to mention I have a Third Eye Awakening webinar. It's coming up this Saturday, October 3rd at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And it's through Zoom. Comment if you're watching this on the replay, or even if it's on the podcast. Reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube as well. But comment I, like your eyeball, EYE, to sign up or to get the link to sign up. I mean, we're talking about third eye awakenings. Even, the gurus and the masters, we're all feeling this. So what do those symptoms look like? All right. So we're going to talk about all of that. And then we're going to even expand it further to see how we can develop and open up your third eye, and to know that, you're waking up and you're not crazy. Everything is happening for a reason. So we're going to help you strengthen that through meditations, through some games and some sharing. And it's going to be great. So definitely check that out. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. And I want you to have an amazing week, what's left of it, and weekend. And enjoy the full moon, guys. Don't forget to do your smudging and your rituals and all that. And if you need help with a full moon ceremony or ritual, reach out to me. I've got some PDFs. I've got some worksheets that can help you with that. Because really, it's your personal ceremony journey, communion, just like prayer is as well. So I love you all. Please remember, healing begins where the ego ends. Take care.